And welcome back to Millard South High School as we get set for your Millard South Patriots to take on the Bryan Bears. Joey Kirkle alongside Nate Cronin. And Nate, should be an interesting game on our hands. The Bears struggled this year, just 2-11, while the Patriots are 5-9, dropping 4 straight. So this is a must-needed win for both teams.
Yeah, and Bryan won that first game of the season, and then they lost 10 straight, Joey. That's not the start to a season you're looking for. And
February 5th and just 1 win since the new year.
And for the Patriots, 5-9, not great. You know, this is a team that had a little bit of higher expectations than last year. Of course, they lost great seniors, but they're looking to get back on track tonight after losing 4 straight.
And right now, Mr. Kinsel's about to go through the starting lineups for this game, so we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back in just a few minutes, it'll be time to tip off. And it is go time here at Millard South. We are ready for the Bryan Bears and the Patriots on Millard South Media. It'll be Jack Cooper and Chaz Colum getting ready to tip off. Nice job by the Bears grabbing that one.
It was Coop who won the tip, but the Bears right there to catch it.
Yep, Lam Kwong was right there to grab it. So the Bears starting with it. Guarded by Blake Stanger is Taiwan Terrell. Kicks that to Kwong, goes right back to Terrell. Now Jalen Spears with it, the leading scorer. Goes the floater, no luck, in the rebound there for Jack Cooper.
And then Spears is averaging 16.5 on the season, which is well over what any Patriot is averaging.
Yeah, and that team haven't had a lot of big scores, but Jalen Spears and Lam Kwong have been the two big guys for them. Lance Rucker kicking it out to Blake Stanger. Quick ball movement here from the Patriots as Harding cuts inside. Nice opening defense here from the Bears. Rucker trying to put in work, kicks it out. Inside look here for Gage Stanger, too much on it, and a foul will be called on Lance Rucker. Patriots cannot see early fouls being called on Rucker and Cooper. It's been a constant struggle in a lot of the games this season. Can't afford it tonight.
Yeah, both Rucker and Jack Cooper are huge parts of this offense and defense, as we know. There's not a lot of versatility in sides of forwards for the Patriots.
Look at the free throw line just off the mark. That was Chaz Colum. And now we see Gage Stanger taking it up. Drives middle, sticks with it, goes down low to Rucker. He takes the mid-range jumper. That one is good. First points of the night for the Patriots and for this game. There's Lance Rucker. Terrell with it. A guy who hasn't been a huge scorer, but just does a little bit of everything for this team. Grabs a few rebounds, gets a few assists. Guy that's able to lead the ball up the court. Inside look here for Spears, gets that one to go, and the Bears respond with one of their own. Quick inside look, Harding goes up strong, draws the foul on Lam Kwong. Michael Harding, the team's leading free throw shooter, will go to the line for two. And for the Bears, they're coming off a 4-point loss to Burke. It was a close one, but in the fourth quarter, they just couldn't capitalize. As we see Harding no good on that first free throw. But the game before that Burke loss, they did have a big win. They beat Grand Island by 3. Now Grand Island, 9-8 record at the time, but we know they have a lot of talent on that team. Second shot there from Harding, gets that to go. Patriots lead 3-2 with Taiwan Terrell taking it up. Screen set there, but Lam Kwong already called for his second foul of this game. As a star player, it's rough that just 2 minutes in, they got to take him out. As we see number 5, Danger up, check in for him. Jack Cooper inbounding. Darwin Lofton guarding Stanger. He picks up his dribble before crossing half court. Gives it to Michael Harding. Screen from Rucker. Now Rucker on the elbow, kicks to Gage Stanger. Looks to drive inside, has a lane, kicks out to Cooper in the corner. He sticks with it. Strong dribble, kicks it out. Inside look here for Harding. Great cut, couldn't get the finish. And Spears gets the rebound. Quickly pushing that ball across the court and now slows it down.
The Patriots have had 2 great looks inside and already missing one from Gage and one from Michael Harding. That's uncharacteristics of them too.
Jalen Spears on the wing gets the screen. Baseline drive here. Nice pass in, and that is Chaz Colum with the finish. But that was a great feed there from Taiwan Terrell. Driving baseline and getting that pass through the Patriot defenders. Stanger goes inside, another great cut from the Patriots. They lead 5-4, Rucker already with 4 points. And this could be huge if the Bears can't shut that down. A lot of early cuts here from the Patriots. Like you had mentioned, the Patriots have missed 2 of those successful looks. But right now, if you're Coach Lucian, you're just happy you're getting these opportunities on offense. They've struggled with some offensive production lately, so these early buckets could be huge for Millard South. Colum goes out. Thought about the 3 there. Terrell goes to Spears. He's going to take this one up, trying to reset the offense. Going to the corner. Spears guarded by Rucker. Skip pass here to Terrell. He takes the 3. No good. Rebound 1 by Lance Rucker. Michael Harding slows it down. Blake Stanger, top of the key. Inside to Rucker. He goes up and draws the foul. He'll be going to the line. If the Bears can't stop this inside presence from the Patriots, they could be seeing some trouble throughout this game.
But for the Patriots, you'd love to see the ball movement. You'd like to see that open cuts. It's movements without the ball in your hand. That's how you score easy points.
Rucker knocks down the first as we see Murtaugh check in. That is Brock Murtaugh. Comes in for Blake Stanger, and we see Will Cooper getting ready to check in for Lance Rucker if he makes this free throw. He does not, and the rebound going to Danger up. Now Taiwan Terrell. Inside drive here. Short range jumper, no good from Chaz Colum. Brock Murtaugh quickly working it across half court. In the corner to Michael Harding. He feeds inside. Great move there from Jack Cooper. Chases the offensive rebound, but he does lose that ball. That'll be a Millard South turnover. And Will Cooper does come in for Lance Rucker. 3:42 remaining in the first quarter. It'll be Jalen Spears, the 6'4" senior, leading the offense right now for the Bears. Guarded by Murtaugh. We see the Patriots in that 2-3 zone. Colum going up. That one, no good. Great defense by the Patriots, just smothering him as we see Murtaugh lead it. He's going to go up on Spears, and a great block from Jalen Spears. But that one goes out of bounds. It'll be sticking with the Patriots. We saw that loose ball right there. Spears and Gage Stanger both going for it. That one off of Spears. We see George back check into this game, as well as Abdul Bashir. Both juniors for this Bears team. Gage Stanger guarded by Lofton. Cooper swings that one. Inside look here, Jack Cooper losing that ball, doesn't have a lot of footing, and we will see a jump ball called there. Great job by the Bears.
Thankfully for the Patriots, possession stays with them.
So the Bears, we could see them starting to limit those inside looks for Millard South. Inbound pass here, Gage Stanger goes to Will Cooper, who gives it right back to Brock Murtaugh up top. Inside look here, Jack Cooper guarded by a rope. Back fade here, gets that one off the glass for two. It's an 8-4 game. Millard South leads as Jack Cooper gets his first bucket of the night. Spears takes the corner three. That one just short, bouncing around the rim, couldn't get it to go, and Jack Cooper chases that board down. Murtaugh quickly working, he spins, goes up, that one behind the backboard, and it's going the Patriots' way. They're going to say that one is off the Bears.
Rucker and Stanger back in.
Rucker and Stanger check back into this game. They come in for Jack Cooper and Gage Stanger. Will Cooper, the inbound pass under the hoop.
Let's see if the Patriots go back inside here ever since a rope's gone into the game.
And as you say that, we see a corner three from Will Cooper, the sharpshooter of this team. As a defense, you cannot give them any open looks from beyond the perimeter. We see a three of their own. No good. That was Bashir with it. Now Danger rope. Goes right back to Bashir. George back, an off-balance look, and gets that one to go. Tricky shot there from back, but gets it to fall. It is 11-6 here with 1:40 remaining in the first quarter. Brock Murtaugh goes up. Will Cooper takes another three. There he is. Will Cooper connecting for two straight shots beyond the arc. And a nice steal there from the Patriots. They're going to work the fast break. They've got numbers, but the pass from Blake Stanger, too much on it. And the Bears are going to call a 30-second timeout, and they've got to figure something out with 1:20 remaining in the first quarter. It is a 14-6 Millard South Patriot lead. We'll be right back. Back from the timeout, 1:20 remaining. The Patriots up by 8. They have controlled the pace of this game so far, and that's something they'll need to keep doing. Right now for the Bears, they got to get in some sort of offensive groove. We saw their last bucket was that off-balance shot, something that you can't count on getting every play, as they nearly turn that ball over, but they stick with it. Nice effort there by Tawan Terrell. And now Spears gets the screen from back. Terrell with it. Swing pass there. Going across to the corner. That three is good. Nice shot there from Darwin Lofton. Bringing it down to a 5-point game with under a minute. And they had the look down low for Lance Rucker. Tried to quickly feed it across. Not able to get possession. So it's another Patriot turnover. Right now for Millard South, they got to be taking advantage of these opportunities. They got to retain possession of the ball. We've seen multiple either turnovers from them or just plays where they've had really good high efficiency looks that haven't been able to finish. And a nice finish there. Couldn't get it to fall. That was Chaz Colum with the aggressive take to the basket, excuse me. And Jack Cooper decides to pull up from a three of his own. Banks that one in. Seemed like there was too much on it, but Cooper gets it to go. The two Coopers already with 11 of the Patriots' 17 points. 20 seconds remain in the first quarter. Bears trying to get a last-second bucket. They're going to hold for the final shot of the period. Jalen Spears with it. Now 10 seconds remain. Patriots still in that zone. Now it's a 3-2. Spears, 2 seconds, loses that ball. Can't get it. A last-second shot in the corner. Not enough on it from George Beck. So a successful first quarter for the Millard South Patriots. They lead 17-9. When we come back in a second, it'll be time for the second quarter here on Millard South Media. Back for the second quarter here. Patriots leading by 8. And a quick turnover for the Bears. Right there we saw Tawan Terrell trying to find Chaz Colum, but just a miscommunication. That pass got through.
Yeah, down 8, start of the second quarter. That's not what your first possession needs to end in. It needs to end in at least a good shot, if not points.
Right now, you're just trying to get a good rhythm to your offense. As we see Jack Cooper top of the key. He connects. The Coopers cannot be stopped early in this game. Jack Cooper with 8. His brother Will with 6.
And they're 4 for 4 from 3 combined.
They're quickly working it. Inside look there. A foul will be called on Lance Rucker. That'll be a blocking foul. I like the aggressiveness I've seen from Chaz Colum in this game. We see a lot of looks right where he was, inside the paint. Tries to put in some work, get a quick shot up. As we see Lance Rucker already called for a second foul. He checks out. Spears with it in the corner, guarded by Harding. He spins. Can't get that one to go. It was a tricky shot there, rebounded by Blake Stanger. He quickly works this ball across, goes all the way to the hoop. Effortless play there, nobody there to stop Blake Stanger.
And that's what speed gets you. Straight down the court.
That's right, and those are the plays that really frustrate you as the coach. The other team, as we see Cooper with a great block. Tried to get the save, couldn't quite get it. But overall, great play there from Cooper. And for the Bears, we've seen Lam Kwong check back in, one of their leading scorers, only behind Spears. We saw him really not do much in that first quarter besides get 2 early foul calls.
Yeah, he was out before the 2-minute mark in that first quarter.
Hopefully he can get the Bears some well-needed momentum here. Trailing by 13, 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Lofton kicks back. That's Kwong trying to work inside, almost lost that ball. It's in the corner now. Uncontested 3 there. Cannot get it to go, but a putback couldn't get it to fall. They still work with it, and there's Chaz Cullum, a third chance bucket from the Bears.
Coach O'Donnell was not happy about the possible missed call on Jack Cooper there.
Michael Harding in the corner. Looking to work it inside, loses that ball, but a foul will be called. See who that one is on. That foul will be on Chaz Cullum, his first foul of the game. Right now for the Bears, you're happy with only 4 fouls. They got the first 3 fouls very quickly into the first quarter. They've started to calm down. So we see the long pass there to Blake Stenger.
You see that a lot of times when the Patriots inbound from underneath or even from the sides. They like to set up their offense.
And look who it is, Will Cooper. That one rolls out. Nearly had that one fallen.
And you saw everybody in the student section standing up, hoping that one goes in.
Cullum goes to Terrell, guarded by Will Cooper. Lofton looks to work inside, guarded by Cooper. Way too much on that one, can't get it to go, and a rebound by Blake Stenger. Really swinging that one across. An open 3. Will Cooper, no good. But a nice job by the Patriots working that one as we see Cooper knock it loose. And then there was Harding there to get the reverse finish at the rim. Patriots ahead by 13. Chaz Cullum leads the offense. Gets it to George back. Now Taiwan Terrell going inside. And a foul will be called on Gage Stanger. That'll be a pushing foul.
And for the Bears, you'd like to see that mismatch. Anytime you can get a big guy like Brown, or Kwong, on a guard like Gage Stanger, you're going to get that ball to him and see what he can do.
Yep, trying to put in work inside, and even if you can't get a good look, a lot of times you'll get something like that where the guard has to go extra aggressive on defense, maybe a little dirty. As we see a foul there called on Will Cooper as Darwin Lofton was driving the lane. Be sent to the line for 2.
That's his first. 4th team foul on the Patriots. That'll send number 13, Darwin Lofton, to the line.
Right now the Bears just need some strong source of offense. So we see that first free throw falls short. They just haven't really gotten much going. Their 2 stars, Jalen Spears and Lam Kwong, have not been performing just to the offensive level you would necessarily expect from them, as the second shot rims out as well. Right now their offense has been led by Cullum. He's been the guy doing the most, but still hasn't shown a lot on the scoreboard. Right now, Will Cooper on the wing, closely guarded by Cullum. Spinning here. Going to the free throw line, that's Jack Cooper as he sets a screen for Brock Murtaugh. Inside look here from Michael Harding, aggressive finish, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound here, Jack Cooper. Patriots sticking with it. An open 3 here. Michael Harding gets it to go. 27-11. Millard South lead. Harding now with 6 points on the night. Harding's not a guy that pulls the trigger a lot, but when he does, a very efficient 3-point shooter. He's a guy that you cannot afford to leave open.
Yeah, he's a drive-first mentality kind of guy, but if he's feeling it, he's going to let it fly.
Inside look here for Kwong. Going under the basket. Does draw a foul. That'll be on Jack Cooper.
Number 34, Jack Cooper, was for the foul. His first.
Jack Cooper's first foul of the game.
That'll send Kwani to the line.
A 67% free throw shooter. Too much on the first one. Right now, they need to get something going. A lot of times you're trying to draw fouls and get sent to that free throw line, but they have greatly struggled when they're at the charity stripe. Second free throw here from Lam Kwong. Can't get that one to fall either. Rebound going to Braden Cannon, who checked in for the first time this game. Gage Stanger looking to drive the middle. He picks up his dribble, finds Cannon on the back cut, takes a power dribble, goes up, gets the foul, and two more. Braden Cannon already making his presence known. A quick rebound on one end and an and one on the other.
Cannon's not one of those guys that has played a whole bunch this season. We know he's been very good at the JV level, but here he goes. First minute into the game, getting an easy and one.
And Braden Cannon, whenever you see him on the court, he's just a workhorse. He's not a guy that's going to do anything too crazy to catch you off guard. He's just going to put in work. He's going to be aggressive on the drive. He's going to fight for rebounds like we've seen him doing. And he does convert the and one. Patriots ahead by 19 right now with 3:40 to go in the second quarter. Spears gets the screen from Colum. He spins. Great move there from Jalen Spears, and he gets that one to go. That's what they need from their biggest offensive source. But a great play from the Patriots on the other end. Although Blake Stanger cannot finish. Spears, fast break, gets it to go. 4 quick points for Jalen Spears.
Cuts the lead down to 15.
Might be seeing a little bit of activity in this Bears side, trying to get some momentum going. Timeout will be called by Coach Lucian and the Patriots, trying to stop any sort of Bryan run possible. So with 3:11 to go in the first half, Patriots ahead 30-15. We'll be back after this timeout. Just over 3 minutes remain in the first half here, with the Patriots up big, trying to build on that lead before going into the break. And it is Michael Harding cutting the baseline, driving, kicking inside, and Jack Cooper with an and one of his own. Patriots, ever since those first few misses in the early first quarter, have been extremely efficient when finishing at the rim. And Lam Kwong, with 0 points, gets his third foul, and he will have to check out. Not something you want to see from your second highest scorer. You see Dang Erupt check back in for him.
And when he was in the game, it looked like, especially in those last couple of minutes, they just looked more alive. The team had a little bit more chemistry, I could say.
Colum, aggressive play there, driving the lane, will draw a foul, that one on the floor. That one will be called to Michael Harding. That is his first foul of the game. 6th team, so next foul will send the Bears to the line. Taiwan Terrell with it, guarded by Gage Stanger. Kicks that one to Spears. Driving inside, kick out. Baseline drive there, lost that ball. It's going to Gage Stanger. 2-on-1 fast break, Will Cooper goes right back to Stanger, and he finishes at the rim. Patriots have been successful on all cylinders right now, striking everywhere they can.
And that's just the definition of an unselfish play from both guys.
Both players giving the other one an opportunity to get some points on the board, trying to find the best look possible. Is that one more pass mentality. A foul there called on the Patriots will bring a 1-and-1 here for Abdul Bashir. Blake Stanger, his first foul of the game. We'll see Brock Murtaugh check back into this game. He will come in for Gage Stanger. If the Bears want to work their way back into this game, they've got to be able to convert at the free throw line. To say they've struggled would be an understatement right now, as that free throw falls in.
Yeah, they're free points. They're going to help you chip into this lead without taking any time off the clock, and that's exactly what you need.
Bashir goes 2 for 2. 34-17 with 2:13 remaining. A deep pass there to Jack Cooper. He does step out of bounds. We've seen the Patriots on numerous occasions this game go extra aggressive, and we'll see Blake Stanger try that deep pass to a big. And we've seen it look promising a few times. They have yet to really convert on that play, though.
Yeah, and if it hits, you know it's going to be big, but it's just, why take the risk?
Jalen Spears here gets the screen from a rope. Kick to the corner, Tywan Terrell going baseline. He does step out of bounds, though. Turnover from the Patriots, followed by a Bears turnover here. We see Gage Stanger slowly taking the ball up. Brock Murtaugh guarded by Colum. Inside look here, Jack Cooper working on the post. That one falls short. Rebound going to Dangerup. And now it's Spears guarded by Harding. A hop step goes up, gets the foul. That one will be on the ground, however.
But he will still be sent to the line as they are in the bonus.
Number 23, Michael Harding, whistle for his second, 8th on the Patriots. Cannon back
Braden
in.
Cannon checks back into this game. He comes in for Harding. Harding with his second foul, and only a minute and a half left in the first half. You don't want to get him a third foul. Smart move here by Coach Lucian. Jalen Spears gets that one to go. Starting to see some efficiency. That's 3 straight here for the Bears at the free throw line. Trying to chip into that lead. He goes 2 for 2 as we see Blake Stanger come in for Brock Murtaugh. So now with a minute and a half left, it'll be Gage Stanger walking this ball across half court. Guarded by Tywan Terrell. Crossover, drive in middle, kicking it out, but does get the foul. And that'll send the Patriots to the line.
Foul charge to the Bears. Number
That one was
15,
called on Jalen Spears, his second foul of the game.
His second puts the Patriots in the bonus. Gage Stanger shooting.
A lot of late half free throws here for each team. Gets that one to go.
Stanger makes the first.
Gage Stanger now with 3 points. Hasn't had his number called a whole lot on offense, but he's done a good job bringing the ball up, really moving it, trying to help this team get the best offensive looks possible, something he's done all season. Gets that one to go as well. Patriots now lead by 17 in this game. Very promising spot going into the half. Patriots back in that zone defense as Terrell swings it to Jalen Spears. Guarded by Will Cooper right now. Decides to pull up the contested 3. Can't get it to fall. Interesting shot decision there for the Bears.
Very deep and very contested.
But now here's a 3 going the Patriots' way. Will Cooper, that one off the mark. After starting 2 for 2, he struggled at the 3-point line, and there, gets that one to go. Jalen Spears has been incredibly efficient at the rim, even with contact going his way. An and one attempt here for Jalen Spears. He struggled offensively early in this game, but he's really starting to get it going.
So now Lance Rucker, Michael Harding, and Blake Singer all with 2 fouls as they will sit the last 38 seconds of the half out. Can't have any foul trouble going in.
Jalen Spears can't get that one to go. He now has 10 points in this game. Looking at their star players, he's got 10, but Lam Kwong still has yet to score in this game. All he has to his name are those 3 fouls. 25 seconds left. We see Stanger take it inside, loses that ball, and it's going to Tywan Terrell. But it goes right back to the Patriots, 17 seconds. Kick out to Will Cooper. He'll pull up from the corner. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Braden Cannon. Quickly swinging it, 6 seconds left. He takes the mid-range, gets it to go. Gage Stanger ending the half on a good note. Taiwan Terrell heaves it up. Way too much on it. So the Patriots with a 38-21 lead as we go into the break. And in 10 minutes, we will be back for the start of the second half here on Millard South Media. Back for half number 2. Patriots ahead by 17, 38-21. Patriots start with the ball. Gage Stanger quickly driving inside. Patriots do save that ball. That was Michael Harding with the nice effort play. He gets the ball back right now on the wing. Kicks outside, a 3 from way downtown. Blake Stanger can't get it to go. And the rebound going to Jalen Spears. He led the Bears offense in the first half, finishing with 10 points. Lofton swings that one. The corner 3 well off the mark, an air ball there from Tywan Terrell, but he gets the ball back. Goes inside, great play there. Fantastic feed from Terrell, and they get the inside bucket to George back.
And that's one thing the Bears got to do is ball movement. No one player can shoot so many shots. It's got to be everybody just working together, get open looks.
They got to get those high efficiency looks like they just did. Gage Stanger goes inside. Lance Rucker putting in work. Going up strong, draws the foul, and he'll be sent to the free throw line.
Foul called on the Bears. Number 24, George Back.
That foul was on George Back. It is his first of the game.
Rucker to the line, shooting 2.
Rucker gets that first one to go. And for the Patriots, we'd mentioned early on that they had lost 4 straight games. They were 5-5. They're 5-9 right now. But that doesn't tell the whole story. They went up against 3 of those 4 teams. We see Lance Rucker with a fantastic offensive rebound. But 3 of those 4 losses in that stretch were to top talent teams. Millard North was the top team in the state. Millard West, top 10. Papio, top 10. The only rough loss in that stretch was Elkhorn South. So this team has fought hard in a lot of these games. They have not been able to get the result. And right now they are on track to get back in the win column, move to 6-9 on the season as we see that foul called, that one on Gage Stanger.
First team foul.
So right now this will be a big win for the Patriots, not even against, talent-wise, because we know the Bears have greatly struggled, but just to get something on their side, get some momentum back, because these close losses are tough on a team.
Yeah, and especially if they're happening over and over again, it just beats you down and it just makes you feel like you can't get over that hump.
Back hits the deep 3. Great play there from George Back. He's already got 5 points in this third quarter.
Winner for the Bears.
And for the Patriots, their struggle in that stretch seemed to be 1 quarter per game. They just could not get anything going offensively. They would score 6 points max in that period. They would give up a lot on the other end. This game, we've seen them play fantastic basketball so far, but we do see a travel will be called on that play. I think the question right there was whether a travel or a charge. They're saying he walked first, and a timeout will be called by Coach Lucian. Right now the Bears with a good start to the half, but they got a lot of work to do if they want to perform a comeback. 39-26 with 6:11 remaining. .11 remaining, just about 2 minutes into the second half. The Bears with a promising start, a quick 5 points from George Back. But quick turnover there from Tywan Terrell. It's Gage Stanger with the steal, and he goes up strong, can't get it to go. Great defense from Terrell. A big fast break, Jalen Spears throwing it down, the first jam of the night. 12 points for Spears. He's trying to get that momentum going for his team, and he certainly hyped up that bench. Tough defense there from Terrell. Thought he had the steal, but he's called for the foul.
All right, Patriots haven't done much offensively in this half. They really got to slow things down here and get the shot that they're looking for.
Right now, you just can't rush any looks. We've seen a deep 3 from Stanger and a few plays where you can do a lot better. They got to keep moving the ball, swing until they get a promising opportunity. They've started to fade away from those cuts we saw early in the first quarter. Had a lot of quick baskets from it as we see the running shot there from Gage Stanger, no good. Rebound goes to Chaz Colum. And Jalen Spears, another easy layup. A 9-point game, this one in single digits, the first time we've seen that in a long time. The Bears are starting to work it. What can the Patriots do to get the game back on their side, get that momentum rolling yet again? Michael Harding, top of the key, looking to go inside. He has a lane, puts that one in for two. And a lost ball there. It's going the Patriots' way. Aggressive defense there from Blake Stanger, and he forces the turnover.
Patriots will take the ball.
Now it's a big play there, big sequence there for Millard South. They get the layup from Michael Harding,
and then
quickly, Blake Stanger's a guy where it seems like he's always ready to get that one play nobody expects. A lot of people are already working down court. He's right there to get the aggressive play and force a turnover. Gage Stanger, quick approach there, nearly turned over, but Will Cooper stuck with it. Now Jack Cooper inside on Chaz Colum. Going out to Gage Stanger, nearly lost that ball. Back cut here, Michael Harding, and they're gonna call a travel on him.
Bryan basketball.
Looked like he might have had an and one opportunity at the free throw line, but it's another Patriot turnover.
And for the Bears, that's huge because not only would that have just given them 2 points, but it would have been a huge momentum shift because it looked like the Patriots were at a standstill with that defense.
Corner three here, that one contested, can't get it to go. And that's not the shot you need if you're Darwin Lofton. We do have a foul called on Jack Cooper. That's Cooper's second foul of the game.
And Cooper's been silent so far in this third quarter. At the end of the first half, though, he had 10 points and 6 rebounds, so he's been a focal point of this Patriot team. But
yeah, he had an electric start to the game. 3-point look here. That one off the mark. They've struggled from beyond the arc. Rebound for Jack Cooper. Trying to get that one away. Finds Gage Stanger, who works the ball across half court. Back cut here for Brock Murtaugh. Can't come down with it. He goes on the ground and travels. Another Patriot turnover. Right now it's important for the Bears. If they're forcing these turnovers, you got to get 2 points on the other end. Lance Rucker checks back into this game, and coming in for the Bears, number 23, Abdul Bashir, and then Lam Kwong. Their second leading scorer. He's averaging about 15.5 points per game. He has not scored in this game. 3 fouls already. Didn't see a lot of playing time, and he's just trying to get something going for his team. They need a momentum boost. He's got to be a guy that helps them get it, and they're going to try and work it to him down low. Some nice moves in the post, and puts it in for 2. Right on cue, you throw him in, and Lam Kwong gives you 2.
And if you're Coach O'Donnell, you got to let Kwong go to work. He's already got 3 fouls. You're down, but you're coming back. You got to let him in the game, and you got to let him cook just like that.
Gage Stanger, the inside drive, can't get it to go. Rebound Kwong. Spears leads the fast break. Going up, gets it to go at the rim. Bounces off the front, falls in. It's a 7-point game here at Millard South. And like you were saying a minute ago, that post play with Lam Kwong, I would say that Lance Rucker for the Patriots might be their strongest guy. And Lam Kwong bodied him down there. He got a good look, so you want to keep feeding him down low. As we see Lance Rucker, top of the key, goes to Gage Stanger, looking for Harding down low. Quick movement here from the Patriots. And we're starting to see them bring that back cut back. Harding going to Gage Stanger, right back to Harding. Inside feed, promising look, but Lance Rucker can't finish, gets his own rebound. Inside work. We'll see what the call is. That'll be a foul on the Bears. That was on the ground, but that one called on George back. As we see Blake Stanger check back into the game for Gage Stanger. So right now, exciting start to the second half with 3:08 remaining. The Bears really starting to close in on this game, cutting that deficit play by play.
And then a common theme for the Patriots, either that second or third quarter, like you were talking about earlier, that loses them those last 4 games.
And I think going into the night, they were hoping that wouldn't be a case against a 2-win team, but it's happening right now. And another travel called in this third quarter. The Patriots can't catch a break. Just mistakes you can't afford right now. 7-point game, the Bears with the ball. They're starting to get momentum on their side. Their 2 best players on the court and 3 role players who are trying to help him out in any way possible. George back swings that one to Terrell. Inside work and a great play there from Lance Rucker, getting the charge and giving Lam Kwong his 4th foul of the game. That was a crucial play for the Patriots.
And it looks like the last 2 possessions for the Patriots versus the Bears, it's been a lot of pushing and shoving between Kwong and Rucker, and there we go.
Just such a smart move there from Rucker, because Lam Kwong came in that game, got a few buckets, a few rebounds, and now he's got to check out again because there's still 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 1 more foul and he's out of the game. Patriots looking to take advantage of that play, trying to get some points in the offensive end. They've had some struggles.
Let's see if they try and exploit the Lance Rucker mismatch.
And we'll see what he can do inside. Chaz Colum has been an aggressive defender. Hasn't cut a lot of slack for these players inside. And that'll be a turnover, a foul called on Lance Rucker. He draws the foul, then he commits one. That is his 3rd foul of the game, so Rucker now having to check out as Cooper comes in, and Gage Stanger checks in for Michael Harding. We could have an exciting second half on our hands here on Millard South Media. This one starting to get interesting. Jalen Spears takes it up for the Bears. Screen here. Spears forcing that look. That one falls short, but he tries to chase his own rebound. Ball goes out of bounds, and it sticks with the Bears. And Jalen Spears, he's absolutely been their primary source of offense, but that's not the look you want if you're the Bears. You're trying to work your way back in, and frankly, you're not going to get there by forcing those shots.
Yeah, it's got to be like what we were seeing earlier when they were coming back in the game. It was slow drives, quick passes.
Not that quick ISO play. Something like that would work, but he can't get the 3. Spears with the rebound. The jumper no good. Offensive rebound will be won by the Patriots, but a foul called on the Bears anyway. That one will be on Abdul Bashir.
Foul charge to number 23, Abdul Bashir.
Looked like it might have been a promising opportunity there for the Bears, getting an offensive rebound in the process, but couldn't get a bucket. And so an unsuccessful play there with 1.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
And let's see if the Patriots can capitalize.
Trying to find out where that offense went. And they almost found it there with a Will Cooper 3, but that one off the mark. He started 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. He's 2 for 7 now.
Yeah, 5 straight is not a good look if you're Will Cooper. Got to get back in there.
And frankly, in this position, if he gets that shot again, the Patriots want him to take it every time.
100%.
He might miss 5 in a row, but it's still Will Cooper from beyond the arc. That's a shot you like. Jalen Spears now with it. He tries to drive inside, kicks that one back. Kick to the corner, Terrell 3. Way too much on it. Rebound for George back, but Will Cooper with the interception. Gage Stanger drawing the foul.
Charge to Omaha, Bryan, number 25, Chaz Colum.
Just a rough foul there from Chaz Colum. Just an unnecessary play there.
16 foul.
I like the aggressive defense trying to force a turnover, but that's not how you're going to do it. You can't reach over a guy like that.
Yeah, and it didn't even seem like he was going for the ball almost.
Gage Stanger takes it up. Guarded by Darwin Lofton. Michael Harding, top of the key. .40 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. That one, another Patriot turnover. Spears leads the fast break. It's 2-on-2. But he's going all himself. Can't get the finish. And the defensive rebound for Jack Cooper. 25 seconds. The Patriots push it. Michael Harding working inside on back. But that'll be a charge. Great play there from George back, getting set and drawing the foul on Harding. 21 seconds remain. The Bears really working. That is Harding's 3rd foul of this game. So we had mentioned the Patriots, a lot of occasions, have just taken a quarter off, and everything was in their favor. Up 17 at half. They have been outscored 13-3 in this quarter. Only 3 Patriot points. And with 18 seconds left, it looks like they won't have another opportunity. Bears likely holding for that final shot. That's Chaz Colin looking to drive inside, going all himself. A foul will be called, but that one will be on the ground. That foul called on Jack Cooper. I believe that is his third foul of the game.
Jack Cooper, his third.
Cooper and Harding both with three. And assuming we see a fourth quarter somewhat similar to this, both teams should be in the bonus pretty early. The Bears with 6 fouls and the Patriots with 5. Make that the Patriots with 6. Foul called there on Millard South. That one on Brock Murtaugh. That sends George back to the free throw line.
16 foul on the Patriots. That'll send number 24, George, back to the line.
Back gets that one to go, bouncing around before it falls in. 6-point game here. And for the Bears, you're through the roof if it's a 5-point game at the end of the third. He does get it to go. 41-36, 5.7 to go. Gage Stanger quickly working it across. 3 seconds left, has a great look at the rim, but too much on it. And that'll do it for the third quarter. So the Bears do a fantastic job cutting into the deficit. It is a 5-point game going into the break. We will be back in just a minute for the fourth quarter of action here on Millard South Media. Fourth quarter here, the Bears trying to pull off an impressive comeback. Outscoring the Patriots 15-3 in that third quarter. And can't get any luck on the finish, but Jalen Spears somehow tracks the offensive rebound down against 3 Patriot defenders.
And in the last quarter, the Patriots were just out-hustled, plain and simple. It didn't look like they had any enthusiasm to get a rebound.
And Chaz Colum looked like he had that one going, but it rims out. Harding to Blake Stanger. And yeah, in that third quarter, the Patriots just didn't seem to know where they were going on offense, as Jack Cooper can't get the 3 to go. Michael Harding knocks that one loose.
Taiwan Terrell back in.
Taiwan Terrell checks back into this game. Right now, the Bears really needing to keep cutting into this deficit, trying to get another basket going, keep that momentum going throughout the fourth quarter. George back, posting up on Lance Rucker. A nice move down low and gets it to go for 2. George back. Didn't do much in the first quarter, but striking a lot in the second. And a great defensive play there from Jalen Spears, knocking it loose. If he hadn't been there, likely would have been an easy 2 for Lance Rucker right at the rim.
And the Patriots got to figure out anything to get that offense going again.
Abdul Bashir back in for the Bears.
Inbound pass for Blake Stanger. Goes inside to Michael Harding, who easily puts that one in for 2. Nice cut there from Harding and a good feed from Stanger. Harding with 10 points in this game. Abdul Bashir guarded by Cooper. Bashir feeds inside to George back. Inside look, great play, but no finish there from Chaz Colum. And that's one you got to get down if you are the Bears. Michael Harding on the other end puts that in for two. The Patriots starting to strike, already 4 points in this quarter compared to just 3 in the third.
Yeah, they slowed down. They got the ball inside just like they did in that great first 2 quarters of the game.
And Tywan Terrell has had no success from beyond the arc. Sort of a interesting lob attempt there from Blake Stanger. Couldn't get Jack Cooper, but gets him jumping in the bucket. Blake Stanger with a huge play, and they're going to call that a great play from Blake Stanger.
And it looked like almost a fail in transition that the Patriots were about to have, but great composure by Blake Stanger, able to stand there, draw the foul, and the bucket.
And so that'll be actually a 1-and-1 here. They're going to call that foul on the ground. Gets that first shot to fall. Haven't seen a lot of offensive opportunities for Blake Stanger.
Just 3 points in this one, Joey.
Goes 1 for 2 at the line. Rebound for Terrell. An 8-point game here. The Bears trying to keep that run going. We see the baseline drive here. A foul will be called on the ground. That'll be on Blake Stanger. That was a great cut there from Terrell. We hadn't seen that foul from Blake Stanger. Could have been 2 points. So now both teams in the bonus. It'll be a 1-and-1 here for Terrell.
Terrell at the line.
That first one is good from Terrell, his first point of the night. He's a guy where we've seen a lot of shot attempts from him, a lot of threes specifically, but his first time getting one to fall.
Connect.
He goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line, making this a 6-point game, and we have a timeout called from the Bears. So 5:43 to go in the fourth and final quarter. The Patriots lead by 6. The Bears trying to pull off an incredibly impressive comeback to get their 3rd win of the season. We'll be back in just a minute here on Millard South Media. Back from the timeout, Patriots inbounding. Gage Stanger taking the ball up for Millard South, guarded by Tywan Terrell. Now Michael Harding cutting inside. The defense collapses on him and a clear foul drawn.
And that's the guy for the Patriots that you want the ball to be in his hands during an ISO situation. He's one of the best finishers that we've seen.
Guy's just constantly aggressive. Doesn't matter where the defense is, he's going to do everything he can to go up strong and get one to fall. It's been sort of a struggle for the Bears in the start of this quarter and late third quarter. They have a lot of open lanes for the Patriots to take where their only option is to either give them the shot or, like we saw right here, collapse the last second and likely foul the guy driving the lane. You see Harding knock down the first. He's an extremely efficient shooter at the free throw line. Murtaugh checks back in for Will Cooper. And we see Darwin Lofton checking back in for Tywan Terrell.
And Jack Cooper needs just one more rebound to secure a double-double tonight. So we'll be on watch for that.
he's a guy we've seen improve a lot throughout this season. He had a slow start to the year, some very rough games, but he's starting to come back. So we see a great defensive play there from the Patriots, and Gage Stanger now with it from Millard South. They're really starting to get that momentum back. We see a travel called on Michael Harding. A lot of turnovers here from the Patriots. Area where they've struggled mainly in this half. That third quarter, it seemed like every other play for them was being called a travel.
And that's what led to that big run. I mean, and the Bears were able to transition it to the offensive side.
Jalen Spears kicks that one to Bashir. Chaz Colum right back to Spears. Gets the screen, tries to take it inside, going to George back. And a miscommunication there, was trying to find Abdul Bashir down low, but that's a Bears turnover.
Will Cooper back in.
Will Cooper comes right back in for Brock Murtaugh. 4:44 remaining in the fourth quarter. Right now we see the Patriots taking a slow approach, moving the ball across half court. Gage Stanger guarded by Lofton.
Great defense by Lofton.
And he looked like he might have had Harding on the back cut, but that'll be a kick ball from the Bears. Inbound pass here for Millard South. And you're wondering for this Bears team when they're going to throw Lam Kwong back in. We know he has 4 fouls. But we don't know how much time they have to waste, especially in this fourth quarter when they've struggled to get those offensive looks they saw in the third.
Yeah, and it's like when he's in, we talked about earlier, they just look better. He just gives them that extra strength.
Gage Stanger can't get it to go. Michael Harding, offensive rebound, and puts it in for 2. Michael Harding putting together an impressive fourth quarter.
He's got 13 in the game now, 6 in the quarter.
Fadeaway look there, no good from Bashir. Aggressive defense here from Colum. Inside look, big size mismatch. And Jack Cooper with the and one attempt. His second of the game. He's got 14 points. There it is, Lam Kwong now coming in. They're trailing by 12, maybe 13. If this free throw falls, they do not have any time to waste. No good, but an offensive rebound there from Brock Murtaugh. Great job being alert on that play. You can expect for the next 4 minutes this Patriot team will be taking their time on offense like they are right now. Only taking the best looks possible.
And not forcing any threes especially. If you're going to have to force a shot, it's going to be a shot inside like that.
And another offensive rebound here for the Patriots. That pass nearly stolen. Michael Harding with it. And that is a steal there for number 23, Abdul Bashir. Michael Harding pokes that one out.
That'll be Michael Harding's 3rd turnover of the game, and I believe it's the 3rd of the half for Michael.
Abdul Bashir on that last defensive play, he was kind of all over the court. We saw he almost got a steal on a pass to Jack Cooper, then ran to the other side and did get the steal. That's the aggression that the Bears need right now on defense. They got to do a lot, trailing by 12 with 3 minutes remaining. They're quickly swinging that one across, trying to take baseline, but draws the foul. That one on Michael Harding. That is his 4th foul of the game.
So he's in foul trouble now.
That's his 4th, 8th team foul.
That's the 8th foul for the Patriots, 9 for the Bears.
Will Cooper back in.
Will Cooper comes back into this game.
London Williams checking in.
We see London Williams checking in for the first time this game.
And with that, you'd have to assume he's one of the sharpshooters on this team.
Right now, they're trying to get any spark in the offense, and that missed free throw is not going to help them. Michael Harding's going to quickly work it across. He's going to slow it down. Back cut here. Michael Harding can't get the finish, but Jack Cooper with the offensive rebound. There's the double-double. And there's the foul drawn. He'll go to the free throw line. Jack Cooper with a fantastic night of basketball.
Yeah, and it's great to see. He's came a long way from the beginning of the season. Like you talked about, he was struggling to score a basket. Now he's came into what he was around last year. And it's just great to see.
We see Lam Kwong and Taiwan Terrell checking back in, so maybe the move to put London Williams in was not an offensive spark. It was someone on defense that they can afford to get a foul called on him. You see him and Darwin Lofton checking out. 2:43 to go with the Patriots up 13. Jack Cooper can't hit that free throw. Rebound going to Lam Kwong. Bashir goes back to Terrell. And a nice steal there from Gage Stanger. He leads the fast break. Going at the rim, puts that in for two. It's a 15-point Patriot lead, and they are having a fantastic third quarter. Gets that one to go from Jalen Spears.
But it wasn't the prettiest dunk we've seen.
It looked like it might have been at first, seeing him cock it back. Not a great finish, not very graceful, but a bucket's a bucket. That's all they need. But the Patriots respond with one of their own. Lance Rucker down low. Great feed. Spears going to the corner. That one over the head of Terrell. That's a Bear turnover. 1:58 remaining. It's a 15-point Patriot lead after we saw it as close as a 6-point game. So it looks like the story for this game, assuming the Patriots pull it out, which I think it's just about over. We're getting to that point where it's a win for the Patriots. We almost saw the same story as always. We did see it. It's one quarter where they take it off. They got outscored 15-3, but then here they are turning the Jets back on for a great fourth quarter of action. But it's just one period where they have no offensive opportunities. See Chaz Colum get called for a foul. I frankly didn't see him do anything on that play. It looked like he was just standing there for the most part.
It looks like it maybe just a little bit too much body. Obviously no reaching, but
nevertheless gets called for his fourth foul, puts the Patriots in a double bonus, and Gage Stanger is sent to the line. Stanger can't connect on the first free throw. Kwong checks back into this game. Right now for the Bears, they're back in action tomorrow at 5:30 against Lincoln Southeast. That'll be a very difficult game for them, but they got to do anything they can to try and get back in the win column, something that they've struggled to do this year. With a loss, they'll move to 2-12. Finish at the rim, no good from Taiwan Terrell.
Hey, that's the Taylor type layup.
Moving this ball across half court is Gage Stanger with 1:35 remaining. Blake Stanger pulls back. Looking to drive inside. A tough shot there, but he gets that one to go for two. Nice basket there from Stanger.
And that's just his 5th point of the game, but as we know, he's not one of those guys that needs to score every point.
Kwong goes back. He decides to pull up from 3. He's got it. Lam Kwong, not a guy you would peg as a shooter, but he's actually been their most efficient three-point shooter this year, a little bit over 40% from the three-point line. You see him going beyond, or going inside pretty much the whole game. But he is leading the team in threes made and shooting 43%. Inside look, Lance Rucker throws that one down, the jam. Timeout called by the Patriots. Rucker with his 10th point of the night, and that is the momentum play that really gets the Patriots going. That Millard South crowd liked that one a lot. Patriots with a little bit of a scare in that third quarter, but this one's about over. They lead 16. Lance Rucker bringing down the house with that one. Great finish there from Lance Rucker. He's got 10, and that'll do it for the starting lineup. They check out. 5 on the court here for Millard South. We see Jackson Crane right now. Now Trey Mosman guarding ball. That'll be a foul called on Mosman. The other 3 on, Austin Trotter, Braden Cannon, and Maul Jall.
Number 13, Trey Mosman.
Jalen Spears now at the free throw line, 38 seconds remaining. And Jalen Spears, he had a tough start to the first quarter, but overall he did not disappoint. 19 points in the game. The free throw right here, he'll move up to 20. But right now, they needed Lam Kwong. They needed a big game from him, too. They needed that inside presence. But the majority of this game, he was sitting the bench, finished with 5 points, 4 fouls.
Yeah, and that's just his own fault. I mean, fouling very early in the game, and it's hard to recover from that, especially when you're not playing at all.
We see Jackson Crane right there. Lays that in for 2. 3-point look here. No good. They have incredibly struggled from the 3-point line. Have had no success. 10 seconds remain, and they are just going to run the clock out. So the Patriots, after dropping 4 straight, picked up a well-needed victory. They move to 6-9 on the season. Tomorrow they are back here at home at 7:15 against one of the top teams in the state. They'll see the Omaha Central Eagles in what should be an incredibly difficult game tomorrow. We will be there covering it. And tonight, they got the game they needed. They needed something to get them back in the win column, but they also needed a game where they had everyone contributing, and that's exactly what happened. They had 3 guys in double digits. They had a lot of guys. Gage Stenger finished with 8. Just everyone had some sort of purpose in that game. Everyone performed well, and we hadn't seen that in the recent stretch. We'll see 1 or 2 guys perform, but besides that, struggles, everyone performed. Besides that third quarter, it was a fantastic game from the Patriots and a well-needed win.
And another great thing for the Patriots is they got down on themselves in that third quarter, but they were able to fight back, which they have not been able to do in the last 4 or 5 games. So it was just really refreshing to see, and hopefully that's all done by tomorrow and they can go out, have a great game all around.
And we've seen they've played some of the top teams in the state, and they have competed very well. But the thing is, they've competed for 3 quarters. They've taken that one off. Against Omaha Central, it's simple. You can't.
Yeah.
They have to play 4 great quarters of basketball, so they'll have the challenge up against them tomorrow. But for tonight, they take a big victory against Bryan, get back in the win column. They move to 6-9. A great game here on Millard South Media. So for all of us, this is Joey Kirkle and Nate Cronin signing off.